Don't let somebody pressure you to go out there and stand on the streets and follow one man. At the end of the day, you go catch disease. Now you demons go, they disturb you. Don't go feel sleep in the night because all kinds of demonic forces, they come, they oppress you because of all those things you have opened up yourself to. Now you go get, the trauma those girls go through, standing on the road by 2 a.m. Do you know what they see? Do you know every time they face death, they face ritual killers, they face armed robbery, they face all sorts. You have a baby mama, she's somewhere struggling, trying to help this child. The child needs a father who could just bring that father love and father discipline, and the father is not there. And then you are somewhere. And then that child grows up. Now the child is already having rejection problem. He's not balanced. And then you want that child to come up one day and take care of you as his father. Hi, what happened? Sex. Men can get sex from you, but they can get it anywhere else. They can even buy it with a meat pie, with a bottle of Coke. They can buy it on the streets. So if that's all you have to offer, you don't get anything, my sister. Nothing. Because they can get it anywhere. Do you understand? They can even get it with sex toys. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not sex, not what you have to offer. So when a guy is attracted, now, you've done the classy work, you've attracted, now he comes and he sits with you and you are full of knowledge. You get sense. You know what's up. Do you understand? You know who you are. You know what you can do. You know what you can offer. You don't do that. You say, no be your mate, no be your mate, they get boyfriend, they collect money, they come out. What do you do with yourself? As you find rich, what do you do? And you start pushing that child towards prostitution. That child now feels that, okay, I need to have a boyfriend so that I can have money and blah, blah, blah. Before you say Jack Robinson, after outside boyfriend, she's now standing on the streets trying to get money to help you. That's wrong. The children are learning so much, just the fact that they are staying with you. Not that you don't drop them, give them phone, they watch phone, they play with phone, you they watch Telemundo, you watch Telemundo from Telemundo, you watch Z World from Z World. I'm not saying those things are not okay, you can entertain yourself once in a while, but that's not what you're made of. So be able to interact with your children intelligently, and that can happen if you're a reader, if you read, if you expose your mind to seminars, messages, things that could build you up. There are so many online courses that are even free that you can take, and you are increasing, you're growing. So even when the man comes home, even if you're a housewife and the man comes home, he has something to talk to you. He can talk to you and he'll be happy. And I want to speak to the girls. Please don't let anybody put you under that pressure. Whether it's your father, it's your mother, I stand bold to say, don't let them put you under that pressure. If they cannot take care of their family, that's on them. You need to find yourself.
Welcome to Orange Vibes. I'm your host, Oche Daniel. With me in the studio is a brand strategist, a creative director, a co-founder of Toda Media, in the person of Mr. Onoche Tony.
Hello guys, welcome to our podcast show, talking about lifestyle and business. That's what we're discussing here in general. But today is going to be interesting because we're looking at the aspects of lifestyle, but the area of relationship. And I'm sure you are there. You really want to learn one or two things. This is the right time to be able to watch this video. And those things that has been bothering you in the area of relationship is now for you to learn. Thank you so much. But meanwhile, it's also a brand strategist. It's also an apostle when it comes to the area of, life in general. Okay. Thank you so much.
Our special guest for today is a presenter, a journalist, a motivational speaker, a counselor, a life coach. No other person but Miss Christie Alexander. It's a pleasure having you in the studio today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm so glad to be here. Total, man, this is wonderful. I'm glad to be here. And for the record, it's not Mrs. Okay, I'm taken, you know what I mean? So I'll just encourage you to relax and enjoy the show tonight, all right? Not just a show. You will be blessed. You will learn a lot. You will relearn. You will unlearn certain things you have learned before, and your life will be better. So stay with us.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Okay, as a life coach, how has been everything over time? I know you meet a lot of people for advice. People comes to you. How has been everything over time?
Well, fine and good, but there's a lot going on now in the internet, a lot of things. Everybody has a voice. As long as you can have a microphone and a phone and a good phone, you can put anything out there. So it's a bit worrisome because certain things are going out that our youths are imbibing and collecting and taking that are wrong. So we're kind of here to help as much as we can to correct these things and show the right way, God helping us. So it's not really been an easy task, I must confess, but God is helping us. We're doing it gradually. Yes.
So, my first question for today is, what guidance would you offer to women who are ready for marriage but haven't yet found a partner, especially when faced with societal pressure and comparisons to peers who are married with children?
That's an interesting question. Okay, young ladies who are ready to marry, haven't found someone yet, you're pressured, your family, friends, almost all your classmates, roommates, and age mates are married and you're worried. First thing I'm going to say to you is you have a different life, okay? God created you differently, and even if you're a twin, you have a different life and a different purpose for your life and a different timing. All right, so that's the first thing I'll say to you, that God has a plan for you. God who created you has a plan for you, and then he created you for a unique purpose. So do not be pressured that everybody is happening for everybody. Don't let that pressure you. Understand that I am unique, I am different, I am separate. I am not anybody else. That's the truth, sisters. That's the truth. So take that first and foremost, that my life is different. Even if I have a twin, my twin is married and I'm feeling pregnant. No. Your life is different, and God has a purpose for your life, and God's plans for your life is what is very, very important, which you should pursue for time. All right. Having said that, I want to beg you that marriage is not an end. You know how you just sit down and say, okay, I just want to marry. While you have this time, you're not going to ever, believe you me, have this kind of time again. Once you marry, you can never be single again. It's either you are divorced or you are a widow or do you understand what I'm trying to say? You will never ever be single. This is the only time you have to be single. Okay? As a lady, you have 3 aspects of your life you should train. You should train your heart. That's know God. Have a connect with God. You should train your head. Go for education. Get sense. You understand? Go for education. Know stuff. Know things. Widen your experience, your knowledge base. Know stuff. All right. Then you train your hands. You need skills. You should know how to do something in case job or something does not come. You have something you can use your hand to do. So you have a lot to do. While you are adding value to yourself, men will come for you. Do you understand? Men will come for you, become an attraction. I always say that marriage is actually supposed to be an interruption. In other words, God is supposed to interrupt you somewhere because you're busy, you're doing stuff, you're making things happen, you're affecting lives, you're impacting people. Then God's going to say, okay, excuse me, can you just marry? Then you marry, then you continue again. Do you understand? You're not supposed to be just sitting down there just waiting for one man to come. That's why you can take anything that comes, because you don't have anything to offer, but you have stuff, things, your life. You have a life. You have a life outside the. You see, man of God, you know that sometimes, and that's what affects marriage. Because you go in empty, you don't have anything to offer. You become a leech to your spouse. You become like this spouse have to complete. It's not supposed to be. But you have a life going. You have purpose. You're fulfilling purpose. You're doing stuff. When the man come, hey guy, welcome. Hey, but you continue life. So even if he's not there, like you want him to be, you're busy. You're right. You're busy. You have things you're doing. So that's my encouragement for ladies who are trusting God, who are waiting, and who are expectant. Don't lock the doors and say, oh, she said I should be busy, so if man come, I just lock door. No. Keep your door open. Expect them to come at any time. But while you're waiting for that, be busy.
This is highly impactful. If you're watching this is really impactful. Like very, very rich. This is beyond what we are thinking.
The women are very, very incredible. They're very wonderful. But there's something I usually observe in most cases. I've come to notice that most women they think the courage that they put up, the beauty, the makeup that they put up, and that let's say charisma, they think that most of those things are the things that literally attract men. But if you check very well, we guys, there's a way we're being programmed. You see, most times when a woman appear too domineering, it tends to scare most men away, all right? And those women that have positioned themselves in such a way that they feel that their courage, their beauty, their classic look are the thing that's supposed to attract men. And at the end of the day, their expectation is not really met. Now, I want to ask, is it really that put up attitude, classic look, that will actually attract the kind of men of their dream, or the other way around?
Okay, attract, yes. It can attract because men fall in love with their eyes. They like what they see. But keep, no. Do you understand? It can attract. It can, like beautiful flowers. Like, when you see something beautiful, you're attracted to it. Even we women, we are drawn to women who dress well, who look good and all of that. That's okay. It's okay to package yourself properly, to look good and all of that. But that's not what will keep a man. Like I said before, men want to see what you can. Men are very transactional, sorry to say, but they are very transactional in their relationships. In other words, what am I going to gain? What am I gaining here? Do you get? And especially, what am I going to gain from you that I cannot just get anywhere else? For example, sex. Men can get sex from you, but they can get it anywhere else. They can even buy it with a meat pie, with a bottle of Coke. They can buy it on the streets. So if that's all you have to offer, you don't get anything, my sister. Nothing. Because they can get it anywhere. Do you understand? They can even get it with sex toys. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sex not what you have to offer. So when a guy is attracted, now, you've done the classy work, you've attracted, now he comes and he sits with you and you are full of knowledge. You get sense. You know what's up. Do you understand? You know who you are. You know what you can do. You know what you can offer. You understand? Your brains are what you stand for. You have a value system. You are exposed. You are intelligent. In other words, you know stuff. Okay? Then you are spiritual. You can pray. You know Bible, you know script, you know the word. Because these are what men are looking for. That if tomorrow I have problem, can this guy help my life? Can she help me? Can she support me? Can she give me that support because out there, they have battles they are fighting. They have things, business, everything. They're trying to. So when they come around you, they want to be able to get succor, get encouragement, get advice, get something that is tangible, something that is creative, something that is productive. Do you understand? So that is what will now keep them. So yes, you can attract them with all of the fine girl things, but keeping them means you have a lot of work to do on yourself. And you mentioned something about being bossy. Sometimes when you become, you're very good at what you do, sometimes you now have that pride. That's domineering. Nobody can talk to me. I can be myself. I can do things for myself. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's now the problem. Because some people now say, when I become very successful, I'm doing stuff, it chases men away. It's not the success that chases them away. It's the attitude.
Exactly.
The attitude. So because you are now successful, you now have an attitude. Just imagine. Just you sit down, think about it. You are very beautiful and you've been able to package yourself well. You're intelligent upstairs. You're productive. And then you're sweet. You're humble. You're approachable. You're loving. You're kind. Which man won't reject you? Do you understand? Which man? Because you now have it all together. That's not a full package. Do you understand? It's not a full package. So which guy want to weigh you? You not going to feel leave you.
You see one thing, Mama. You see, most men are always proud of their wife that has integrity, and built up with a whole lot of senses and all of that. Because I've seen a lot of men like that. Like when they are talking, before they talk 1 or 2 sentences, they say, "Even my wife." They want them to make reference. But imagine that full housewife that does in the house, nothing to offer, just only babies. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know if men don't seem to. In fact, if they even want to continue, say, "Wait, calm down. Men are talking. Why you to talk? Because they feel that what can she really put on them?
Now, let me for the women who are playing housewives now, who are saying, what do you mean? We're doing stuff. Yes, you are doing stuff. Okay, you are doing stuff. And one of the things that will make your husband respect you, even as a housewife, is the fact that you can help your children to do assignments. Do you understand? You have, so the man knows that, okay, yes, my wife not going out to make money, but the fact that she's staying at home, she's occupying a space that, man, I like it. Yeah. I'm good. Because the children are learning so much, just the fact that they are staying with you. Not that you just drop them, give them phone, they watch phone, they play with phone, they watch Telemundo, you watch Telemundo from Telemundo, you watch Z1 from Z1. I'm not saying those things are not okay, you can entertain yourself once in a while, but that's not what you're made of. So be able to interact with your children intelligently, and that can happen if you're a reader, if you read, if you expose your mind to seminars, messages, things that could build you up. There are so many online courses that are even free that you can take, exactly. And you are increasing, you're growing. So even when the man comes home, even if you're a housewife and the man comes home, he has something to talk to you. He can talk to you and he'll be happy. Do you understand? Yes, he will, so that's also what we're talking about. So don't beat yourself that, I'm a housewife, I need to, no. This is a stage of life. You might just have to be there because of the children for now. But while you are there, don't leave yourself just like that.
Many people believe that men should be financially stable before getting married, as economic uncertainty can put undue stress on a relationship. What is your take?
Yes, I agree that men should be financially stable. Not that you have to have all the money in the world, like you have all the wealth, but the Bible says, I like to always refer to the Bible because marriage was created from the Bible. God has He has the blueprint for marriage. And then if you noticed about Adam, before he brought Eve, Adam was working. Adam was working. He gave Adam the garden. He said, tend it, care for it. Adam was a busy man. He was working already. It was now God who said, see, guy, you got to get married. And he said, okay, let me marry. And he married. And he brought Eve into the picture. So I want to believe that as a man, before you commit to having a woman around you, you should have some stability in your finances. Just at least let something be flowing in, no matter how little. Let it be coming. Let there be something you could rely on, because marriage is responsibility. Children will come, things will happen, especially in this economy. You cannot afford not to be doing anything as a man. Or you want to talk about baby milk? You want to talk about? The bills just keeps coming. One of my sons that got married said, he said, Mama, now don't tell us, now don't prep us in so it go be. Say the list no they finish. Say, every time I'm in the supermarket, I ask my wife, is there any? She must have list. And the lists are legit. It's not like she's asking for something out of it. It's something that is needed in the house. So you see, bills keep coming and all of that. So you need something coming in. You need to have a little bit of financial stability before you embark on that journey. Yes.
Yeah. So there is work before marriage. You must have something doing. Very, very important.
Exactly. Now, I want to ask this question. I think I need to read it out. You see, most people are of the opinion that gentle parenting is that you don't discipline your child at all. They're of the opinion that they may be gentle parenting, that you're pampering. It means that you don't discipline your child at all. And they can grow up becoming maybe a nuisance or whatever. But going hard on them, is it a better option?
Of course it is. I'm back to the Bible.
How do you know to balance it?
No, the Bible says, it says, foolishness dwells in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction will drive it out. It's in the Bible. There's a part of the Bible also that says, if you use a rod, the child will not die. It said, if you use rod, the child will not die. In other words, because you're correcting that child in love, you have to bring discipline. It cannot be removed. It cannot. Even the Bible says to God that the children he loves, God himself chastises. As if he loves you, he will chastise you. He will work on you. He will correct you. If God stops correcting you, or people stop correcting, that means they've given up on you. So from cradle, you must know, your child must understand the place of discipline. Now, the balance is, whatever you do, the Bible says, do it in love. Let that child have an understanding, a conviction that daddy loves me, mommy loves me. Once your child can beat themselves on the chest and say, my dad loves me, my mom loves me. When you bring the cane, they will cry, but they will run to you. The problem is, they don't see that love. They don't know you love them. You don't show them any form of care. You don't play with them. You don't spend time with them. They don't know you love them. They just know you are a parent that is responsible for their life. But they don't see love.
Yes.
Love can be seen. Love can be touched. Love is tangible. It's action. So if your children know that you love them, the day you carry cane, say, come here, the child will submit himself, and when you finish flogging, the child will come and cry on your laps. Why? Because he knows that mama loves me. She knows that for me, this thing I did was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. So they will come crying, sorry for what they did. Do you understand? And even when they don't come crying, you go back to them and say, come here, sit down. Do you know why I flogged you today? This. Are you supposed to do it? No. That's where gentle parenting is. The explaining part, making them understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's, for me, that's gentle parenting. But the fact that you will not bring in cane, me no agree. Me no agree that one. You have to, because like the Bible said, foolishness. Also, every child is foolish. Every child is selfish. Every child just wants to do what she wants to do. And anyhow, at any time. But you have to make the child say, no, not everything goes. Because in life, not everything goes now. When you go to just driving alone, you have to be disciplined to drive. You can't be breaking all the law, driving law. You will run into somebody will run into you, and that's problem. Everywhere you go in life, there's discipline. So why won't you start the child knowing that, look, life is about discipline. Life is about self-control. You have to control yourself. You can't just do anything you want to do because you feel it's okay to do it. No.
I think they're not seeing it from this angle, because this particular case study, strike some kind of agitation online. Most people, they're of the parts where they say it's not about using stick to wipe your child, because the child will tend to understand life as he grows. He said it's not about beating him back. But I said beating him will not make him to understand that thing you're doing, because he said what tends to make him to understand it better is time. So what's your take about that?
Time, really?
So that's what some people they don't like touching their children. Really? They say it's better you talk to them mildly, teach them. So like this thing is kind of,
especially the era that this civilized era, many parents, this particular time, this Gen Z thinking and everything, a lot of parents, they don't discipline their children anymore. They will, at that tender age, like scripture said, if you spoil the rod, you spoil the child. But now, at that tender age, this child cannot settle down to think well, so they want to advise that particular child, which they want to talk to that child about this thing, and they're getting this thing from most especially these white countries. Yes. And how these people does their own thing. They want to bring that same narrative to especially our own setting like that.
You know, the Bible says something. It said, train up a child in the way he should go. The problem now is, a lot of times parents don't start early to train the child in the way they should go. Then you not expect that at the end of the day, the child should just know. No. Nobody just knows. Somebody has to train that child. So if you start early, you might not need cane. Just like, are you okay? The child will respect himself, because he already know, say, daddy not happy with that thing what daddy do. Do you understand? He's not happy. That's not liking that thing, so I need to sit up. Because you have trained the child. Just by looking at the child, like, the child already knows that. The child just... So you really do not have to bring the cane if you do your training well from the beginning. But even in the place where the child is, you can bring cane. I'm not saying kill the child. I'm not saying beat like goats. No. But when that cane is needed, use it. Okay? But if you do your work well, from cradle, from suckling child, when the child is just suckling, you tap and say, don't do that. The child knows that, this is not allowed. He quickly adjusts. Not that you allow the pikin don't stray, the pikin don't monkey, don't mumu, don't they do anyhow.
Exactly. And it becomes more difficult.
It's not difficult. At that time, the person you say sit down, I say, why am I going to sit down? But when you say sit, you have taught the child that obedience is better than sacrifice. When mommy says sit, you sit. The child already knows. So when you are telling her as a teenager, sit down, the child will go sit down first. Then you guys can now talk. But when the child does not even have that upbringing, you have not trained that child, you have not tutored the child. And then another thing about tutoring is you have to live it. You can't tell your child, don't lie. You are lying every day. And they see that you are lying. You are in Aja. You tell somebody in the car, the child is listening to you. Tell somebody, I'm on the main line right now. The child see you lying. Then wake up tomorrow and say, don't lie. The child go say, but you lie. Say, he might not tell you, but he go say you lie. Say, you don't feel. Yeah, I go tell you lie, and they will do it because you're not living by example. But if they see that, what daddy says, daddy does. What mommy says, mommy does. Okay, I mean that's the only way out. Oh, they will go anywhere. They will say, no, what my father said is correct. They will come back to what you taught them. So training, teaching, and living by example from credo.
Very important.
Very important.
There's an emerging trend right now, and this narrative is something that is on right now, that men should not get married. They label marriage like scam now. And they look at it like men should not get married, but they can have baby mamas, like so that the lady can just give birth to them. They have a child. Then what's the essence of marriage? This is a narrative currently is in the society.
Honestly, it's very disturbing.
So I've watched a lot of social media. You always hear this trend that said "Namumu de marry." People always say that Namumu de marry. So this something that is not right, but the society now is taking it to be right. What's your take on this?
I will never take a stand against the worst word. The Bible says, for this reason shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. And then they begin to bring seeds. Now, every child, please, I beg you in the name of Jesus, listen to me. Every child needs that side, both sides, the mother side, the father side, to be a complete whole child. There are many broken children out there because their father was missing or their mother was missing. Somebody wasn't there. And so we are trying as much as we can to help them, cover up for the missing. So we cannot now start creating it like that. You have a baby mama, she's somewhere struggling, trying to help this child. The child needs a father who could just bring that father love and father discipline, and the father is not there. And then you are somewhere. And then that child grows up. Now the child is already having rejection problem. He's not balanced. And then you want that child to come up one day and take care of you as his father. Hi, what happened? Because you've messed up that child's growing up already by not giving that child the correct atmosphere to grow up in. Check out the people who are nuisance in our society today. Sit them down and have a one-on-one talk with them. Most of them are from broken homes that were not together. I'm not saying some good homes don't, bring out, sometimes it happens, once in a one or two. But the major issue is broken family. The family setting, the family unit is broken down. So we cannot now build on that foundation. It's wrong. And every time you see children tilt towards their mother, they want to mommy this, mommy that. That's because of the absentee father problem. Fathers are not always there. You're having everything. Your dad is not there. Your dad is not there. Tomorrow your daddy wants to come and be forming friend with you. How? You are not my friend from the beginning. You were not there for me now. So where are you coming from? So so men have to deliberately correct that. That's what should be on our minds now. How do we correct the fact that children are always running towards their mother? How do we make them understand that we love them too? How do we create, not for you to come and say you're not going to marry again, you're going to, and sisters, you see what's going on now? So they want to make you a baby mama, and you go carry the pikin, they suffer with the pikin. They're out there having fun with another girl. And you think that's okay for you? You think that's what you want? You don't know the responsibility of raising a child. Having a child is one thing, but raising a child is another thing altogether. You don't know that responsibility, and you don't want to be there on your own. So you are giving them the opportunity to be irresponsible. Because if every girl shot her leg and say, I'm not doing, no, all the guys will also sit up and understand that until you put a ring in my finger, you can't have fun. You can't have it.
Okay, sorry. Are you not trying to say that most of them are the cause of it?
Yes, I'm saying I'm putting it back to the girls.
Exactly, because sometimes, most of these things comes as a result of a contract.
Do you understand?
Okay, baby mama, okay, but for me now, pay you and all stuff.
And you just accept that. So you are not now a baby mama, that's all you are. For God's sake. And then you struggle with raising this child. You do everything. You can't be yourself anymore. You can't even have a normal relationship anymore. Because the moment you start having a normal relationship, you have to say, okay, sorry, I have a child. And then sometimes it scares people when some guys want to run. I'm not saying that if you have a child, you can't have a relation, you can't have. But I'm saying that that's now is like a minus for you. It's something. So why do you now deliberately enter it? Why do you not deliberately go into it? And you allow the man to be having fun somewhere, and you are saddled with the responsibility of raising that child. And anyhow the child turns out, they blame you. Nobody's going to say, the father was not there. It's you they will blame because. So why do you create that kind of problem for yourself? Please, let's not spoil God's program. Let's not scatter God's. What is wrong can never be right. It's your go da. What's not good, not good. Do you understand? You cannot come and start something today and say, no. God has programmed it that a man will leave his father and mother, join to his wife, then they will become one, and they will have godly seed, children who are well-groomed and are responsible because they are from a responsible together home. Don't start that, and please, it is not of God. Thank you. It's not of God.
This is powerful. There's a point that she made here that, like, she talked about the both parents, they create a balance for the child. So when one is missing, there is a part that is missing in the life of that child. Mm-hmm. Wow, this is a good point. I spoke with
a guy recently. Sorry to cut you, sir. I spoke with a guy recently. The guy, I see him with a lot of potentials. He's someone I know that he can do a lot. But just talking to him, you could see him broken. You could see him, he can't even, he's not man enough to. I'm looking at him and in my head, I'm calculating with my little experience. I wonder what's wrong. So I had to engage him. I said, okay. I said, tell me about the family. And I said, okay, my mom left when I was young, and And so I had to go, it dawned on me that is the mother factor that is missing in his life. He grew up with his father, but that mother side, is missing. So in as much as he has a lot to offer, the strength, the I don't know how to say, the zest, the zeal to get it, to go out there and make things happen is difficult because something is missing in his life.
Courage.
Do you understand? That thing that your father go flog your mother and say, don't worry, you go back up, don't worry. My mom was my best fan. My mom was the best fan I've ever had. When she will tell you, no, you see, you will make, she will praise you and hype you, your head, you like, and you will go. That's missing in his life. So that thing is making him not to. So I'm looking at him, I'm wondering, how can I help to, balance that? Wow. It's a tough one, but we have to try.
This issue has made a lot of children grow up and have a certain kind of mindset.
Yeah, because most of the people we have, most of these hoodlums and people causing decay in the society,
yes,
it's as a result. If you trace it, it's as a result of this particular issue.
So when a man sees you on the road and wants to cut, he doesn't know love. He doesn't know love. He's never been in a setting where there's love, there's joy, there's peace. So why is he gonna give you peace? It's all he knows is who you be. That's all he knows. So what else do you expect from him? Or a child who's loved, cuddled, and hugged? Somewhere the child is bad. And if you look amongst them, and you see any one of them that is from a good home, probably joined wrong friends and got themselves in that gang, you will still see that trace of amongst the gang. It's him that will still say, no shooter. It's him that will still say, you understand? If it's kidnap case, it's him that will still go and bring food and say, I take. It's food. Even as much as you're doing it angrily.
Exactly.
But you still see it.
Human.
Do you understand? You see human feeling, that's the word.
Yes.
Because he saw a little bit of that growing up. Yes, he joined the wrong gang. Yes, he's in the wrong place. But you will still see now this one different. What's the difference? It's home, it's family. It's family. Do you understand? So we cannot just deliberately, intentionally start creating that world and say, hey, marriage is not important. Who said? Who told you that?
Does it now mean that, if you check the society now, sometimes you look at some set of people like they're creating nuisance all over the streets, all over I want to know, is it because they lack this parental
Most of the time.
Or they have been influenced by bad friends.
Yes, that part is also there, yeah. But majority of these guys came from broken homes. I've had talks with them. I've gone to settings where you have prostitutes and all of that. And you sit them down and they start telling you, okay, my father left my mother, my this one happened, my You see that the home, they didn't come from a normal family. Most of them. Yeah, there are the few that entered wrong gangs, got to school or got to places and entered the wrong gang, got influenced by, the wrong set of people and all of that. Yeah, we must not take out that those ones exist. But majority of these people are, why? Because they have to fend for themselves. I met a girl that she was, when they say somebody's bad, she's bad. She's wicked. She's everything evil. I started to talk with her and I found out that when they gave birth to her, I think they've had a series of girl child, in the family. So the father got angry and said, I'm not going to do it again. So he refused to go and see her because, she's a female. And so the mother said, so now me got to suffer this. So the mother abandoned her in the hospital and left. So I think she stayed about 2 weeks in the hospital before her mother's friend came and carried her home and was now begging the mother to come and carry the child. So you see that the child is small. So in your head, the child does not know what's going on. The child knows and is speaking it. So she grew up with this anger, this animosity to fight everybody. Anything you tell her that is bad, that's what she would do because she's angry with the society. Wanna bring me, call this one, I won't want to take care of me. So that anger is there. So it takes God. It's not Jesus, her meeting Jesus, her getting born again that helped her to accept the love of God and helped her to come back to herself. Now she's together. God is helping her. God is blessing her. God is, So what about people who don't get to have that experience? What happens? So they grow up with that animosity. So every time there's a loophole in the in the family center, the family unit, there's probably you're raising something that you will not recognize in time to come. You would think it's a normal child. They grow up, they look cute. But the thing where they inside. Or people who carry children and because of you too, where you're coming from and the kind of background you already have, you now vent your anger on the child and don't give that child that normal. So sometimes it's even uncles and aunties who, carry these children, maybe out of, I want to help you train your child, or out of the child's parents are no more there, let me help. So instead of you giving that child a little bit of love, the pikin don't see love where they come from, but now you dey your hand. Now let that child experience love in your own hands. Do you understand? So, but you come at that child, you're angry, you're venting, you're bump. So that child grows up all knowing hate, all full of anger, hatred, ability, ready to fight back. I will show you people. And so the child goes on and it can become anything. So you can see where all things are. So if we're able to correct it, okay, yes, this child is not my own, but as much as I can, I'll show this child that you are loved, you're accepted, you're a human being. Yeah. You'll not be dog, you'll be pikin, you'll be person. You treat her with that kind of love, and the child grows up. In as much as you are not his father, he will always look back and say, thank God I met that person. Thank God I met, and that child will be complete somewhere. Then if you're a parent, you have children, you have work to do. Then you don't wake up and create a non-family setting and say, I just want to have children. No father, no mother. I just want to have children so that I go see person who go take care of me. That means you're being very selfish. You're just thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about that child. You bring that child now, the child comes and there's no normal setting, no father, no mother or whatever. And that child becomes, something is wrong and the child is not okay. And you think because you've had that child is going to just... Sometimes they don't even grow up to the level where they can take care of it because they become situational issues that at the end of the day they are killed or they die off. And so your aim of having them is no longer achieved. It's not achieved now. Why should I take care of you? You take care of me? I know the guy. The way we tell him that back in days we are trusting God for school, tell him you say, who pays school fees for me? Who pay my own? Now me pay, now me suffer, now me pay. Go suffer, go pay. That's what he knew. So that's what he gives out.
When I met there's this young lady, and I heard about the story of a young lady, and growing up, this one is also, she's going to throw more light on it as an advice to a lot of parents. That's why we talked about the part of working. You work hard to make sure you fend for your children, because the lady grew up. Now she's standing on the street as a prostitute, and she still say that is this work that's providing for the whole house, that the parent, everybody survive on what she's doing. Are you telling me to leave this particular thing? This is because the parents left their duty, which they're supposed to do, and putting pressure on that child. And this gave her another motive, like, if I can do this, I'll get more to be able to.
At 16, they are telling a child that no be your mates, they bring money, they come house. You know, go figure what you they do. And some parents are like that. You have lost, like he said, you have lost your responsibility. You couldn't help. It's enough that you have done that is happening to you. You don't put that child under that pressure. You don't do that. You don't do that. You say, oh, no be your mate, no be your mate, they get boyfriend, they collect money, they come out. What you do with yourself? As you find rich, what you do? And you start pushing that child towards prostitution. That child now feels that, okay, I need to have a boyfriend so that I can have money and blah blah blah. Before you say Jack Robinson, after outside boyfriend, she's now standing on the streets trying to get money to help you. That's wrong. And I want to speak to the girls. Please don't let anybody put you under that pressure. Whether it's your father, it's your mother, I stand bold to say, don't let them put you under that pressure. If they cannot take care of their family, that's on them. You need to find yourself. Don't let somebody push you on the street. Don't refuse to go. Do you understand me? Go and learn a skill. Go and beg one woman that makes her say, Mama, auntie, I go to fetch water for you. I go to do everything for you. Just teach me. When you are there, put your eyes down. Learn how to make that hair. Learn how to make nails. Learn how to do one thing or the other. You can even go to people's homes and help them clean. Say, auntie, I'll come and wash clothes for you. Whatever they give you, keep it. It's not time to buy hair or buy phone or buy one big thing. Keep it. Go back to school. Build yourself. Help yourself. If nobody wants to help you, help yourself. Pick up yourself. Don't tell yourself that because my parents can't provide and they are pushing me to go out, I have to go and meet a guy. No. Let them suffer for their own sins. The Bible says, he that sinneth should die. Let him suffer for his own sin. You find your life. By the time you're able to go to school or something, or you can do something tangible with your hand, you can raise good money. Then, of course, if you want to help, you can now help your siblings. Your siblings, and then of course you can also help your parents. You understand me? Don't let somebody pressure you to go out there and stand on the streets and follow one man. At the end of the day, you go catch disease. Now you demons go, they disturb you. Don't go feel sleep in the night because all kinds of demonic forces, they come, they oppress you because of all those things you have opened up yourself to. Now you go get, the trauma those girls go through standing on the road by 2 a.m. Do you know what they see? Do you know every time they face death, they face ritual killers, they face robbery, they face all sorts.
And funny enough, sorry for continuing, ma. Sorry enough, you see some of this lady still putting hedge. Because I don't know any better.
You feel that's the only way out. No.
I think I was having a conversation with a particular lady one certain time. And I was trying to ask her, what's up? This time around, they need to hide them again.
You hide them.
Like I was like, what do you do? Like, he said, I do hook up. I say, Jesus. Now, I'm telling you, it's not like a norm. Now, I want to ask him, is it that the only thing that is now lucrative now, or what?
It's not. But you look at tech, for example. These designs and coding and all these things.
Yeah.
There's so much you can do with yourself, sweetheart. There's so much you can do with. You know when they say use what you have to get what you want. I'm asking you. So it's only your bum that you have. No, now, girl, you've got brains now. You have brains, of course. You have brains.
They're very intelligent too. But they miss that stuff.
You understand? You don't believe it. No, you're intelligent. There's so much you can do. There's so much you can do. Yeah. So please don't let somebody make you feel pressure to go and do wrong things and say that's it. You don't blame it on. That's the situation I found myself. I make bold to say I practically sponsored myself through school. Yeah. By the time it was time for me to go to school, university, my father had retired, there was no money and all of that. But I was determined to go to school. Man of God, I'll go to church, I'll tell people in church, can I come and wash clothes for you? So I will go to their homes, I will help wash clothes. I became friendly with a lot of aunties in church, not uncles, because sometimes some uncles can take advantage. Yeah. So I went with, and so yeah, come out. So by the time I will go to your house, I'll help you clean, wash, fetch water. By the time I'm going, auntie, they'll say, oh, yeah, take your school fees. Some paid my school fees. Some gave me money to go back to school, blah, blah, blah. And that was how I went through school. Wow. So when people tell me that I'm standing on the street because I don't have money, I say, honey, you haven't checked very well. There are lots of things you can do. There's lots of things just babysitting alone. Say somebody, you just gently humble yourself and tell the woman, okay, auntie, anytime you want to go out, let me come and take care of your child. Do you know how many women will pay you just to come and take care of the child for them to go do something and come back? You charge her per hour. Say, auntie, if you stay 2 hours, now 2,000. If you change per hour, now 10,000. Do you understand? And then you do it with your heart. It's not the one you go to a house now, you begin to look for what to steal, what to do, no. You do it with your heart. Take care of these children with your heart. And then she comes back and she sees the good Abba. Except now devil picking. I know will help your life. I'm not joking. Because the next thing she starts asking, what do you do? What do you want to do? She starts asking questions because this girl that is helping me like this, I beg, what have it do for you? At the end of the day, you find yourself getting sponsors. People ready to sponsor you. Why? Because you don't humble yourself. Forget bad thing. Don't be say you come the house now, the next thing you chase the woman husband. You say, okay, make her push the woman, come on, make her sit down. You do all right. Are you okay? By the time the woman finds out, she throws you out. You are gone. You start from scratch again. No. Forget the woman husband. Even when in the portion, you close down and say, guy, if you come, you won't spoil my destiny, or to destroy my life. Do you understand? You refuse. You stay no. And if you have to leave that house, there will be another house. Yes. Until you find the right one and they serve with all your heart. The problem with people they get is say when you now start serving, you are now serving with all kinds of you're causing more problem for the woman that you are solving. But you solve problem. You know what to do. You do what your work. You do take care of the children like your own siblings. That this one are my sisters and brothers. You take care of them, love them. Even the children go, they say, daddy, can we buy something? When they will go and buy ice cream, they will say, there's Auntie Favor in the house, so let us buy for Auntie Favor. Why? Because Auntie Favor has been good to them. So they will say, let us buy for Auntie Favor. We are not going to leave this place if we don't buy for Auntie Favor. Even if they no agree buy for them, they will carry the one way they give you. Why? Because you love them and they can see that you love them. So sis, there's so much we can do. There's so much. Nowadays, it's very difficult to get a good house help. Yes, it's very difficult because anytime when they come, they are always they choke everywhere. They do next thing they follow gate man. Now there your destiny lie. You get where they go. Leave that man, leave that house boy, leave him alone. Focus. The next thing that the family don't find and say you don't they sleep around, they will throw you out. You start all over again. Why don't you close your leg? Forget this. Forget it. Focus. A time will come.
Most women have this kind of orientation that, in fact, anytime maybe to jump into this family, man, I need to take position. Stupid. So they will not come from the standpoint of being a cleaner, trying to help and all of that, but they have an interior motive. How do you advise people?
And most of the time, they find you out, they throw you out. Most of the time. Yes. Most of the time. Hardly will you find one that succeeded to collect your guy. If they collect you, you are. Let me not say anything bad. Let them. Are you a who is a non living object I can just collect now. I can just see this book and just collect. That's right. If it's an ant, I want to, as long as that thing has life, I want to make an ant come. I will do work. You do understand? I will do something to make that ant to follow me, or goat or dog. Do you understand? Once that thing, so if somebody can just collect you from your wife like that, you know you are a dead man walking. Sorry to say, but that's it. Your wife's friend just enters the house and manipulates you. You forget your wife. They follow something. You are something. They worry you. You are that's complete. That means you are dead. It means you don't have, because now only this phone, this what they call a book now where I go for, and now we don't get life. Now if you don't collect like that now, do you understand? If as long as that thing has life, it go give me wahala to collect. Come say a human being. You don't leave your wife, don't follow your wife friend. You get sense. Or you don't leave your wife, don't follow her help. Waiting, they worry.
I don't see this from this version. I don't think.
So it wasn't the men we're talking about. So girls, how can you go to the house and you don't say this woman and the husband all day they raise children? Do you first your target? I want the man. That energy that they are using to pursue that man, you can put it in pursuing the goals that will help your own life. Do you understand? And help that woman like a sister. Sometimes the women can come out rude or harsh and they don't care about you, but that's not your aim. That's not where you are going to. You're not going to live there forever. It's a matter of time. So take all her rubbish, take all her nonsense, or make yourself focus. Forget a man. Forget the husband, forget even you, because sometimes even their sons, you start chasing their sons, or you start chasing their house, their boys, their people who work with them, or you allow them to chase you. And no, make them understand that no, that's not what you see, one of the reasons why you can do all that is because you don't have a dream. You don't have a dream for yourself. You don't know who you are, you don't have a dream. If you have a dream, you know where you're going to, you focus. Say, I want to work with these people for 5 years or for 3 years so that I can gather money. I can go back to school. That's a dream. That's a plan. So you're focused. You're gathering your money. They are giving you money. All the salary they are paying you or whatever you're putting it down. You have an aim. The next thing you are asking question: how do I write down? Where do I? Okay. I can even start an open university while I'm here. I can be working and be going to school. Sir, ma, this is what I want to do. Before you know, they go somewhere. Or you say, I want to open a fashion. Do you know how much people pay to sew clothes?
Yes.
Man of God, do you know that want to sew a dress now, you can pay up to 150,000, 250,000 just to sew a dress? Yes. That you can sit down and learn? That you can sit down and learn? And get machine? I'm not joking. To make a gorgeous corset dress that you go bring 150, drop and down before they answer you. That's just for a dress. Just imagine you make 5 of those dresses in 1 month.
Wow.
And you say there's no money in this country? Who said? Who said? Just to make clothes alone. You sit down, because another problem people have is that when they go to learn, they don't learn well. They don't learn half. You don't learn half. You just wrong. Come on. No, sit down, learn now where you get plans. That time when you the way say you they learn. Go be like say your mate don't run, leave them. Learn now where, become excellent in it. When you sew one, come on, the person go say, Johnny, the person don't wear. You know how many times people ask, where do you make this dress? I say, I tell her she know me now. One of them, she doesn't take money from me again, because I just give her, I just send people to her. So she's good. So when she makes, she just says, okay, don't worry, ma, I'll don't worry, it's on me. Just pay for what I will use to make the dresses. Why? Because as the time say, I like your dress, I say, come and give cut out. I don't drop it cut out. I say, call her. Tell her I say, I'm me send you to her. And she's making her much. The other day, yesterday I was talking with her and she said she doesn't have time. So the dress I want to use for the end of the month, end of March, I've told her already. Why? Because she doesn't have time. Clothes are coming. Sometimes she say, I'm tired, I just want to go and sleep. I'll tell her, yeah, take out 2 days, go and sleep so that you can be yourself. Small girl don't finish school. I've collected that with people going abroad. Now very soon now she'll now be sewing and sending abroad. Very soon now, I told her now start looking for apprentices, people that you can train, so that you can be giving them instructions that you can do more.
Exactly. And that's one good thing about people that are good. You understand? People that really learn that thing very, very well. Thank you so much, man. Because if we stay on this 2 hours, we are still discussing. Thank God for the women, they are very wonderful, like I said initially. Okay, now let's look a little part, from the side of the guys. Okay, there is this thing I usually observe about most men. I came to realize that some men, the reason why they've not gotten married up to a certain period of their age, not necessarily because the money is not there, but they don't have that boldness. They're not flexible. They don't know how to approach women. Yes. How do you do justice to this man?
What do you mean? Okay. Yeah. One of the things that gives you liver as a man is some sort of power. As a man, you should have some sort of power. All right? Because women love men who have power. Now, there are different kinds of power. You have spiritual power. You have financial power when you get money die. Yes, intellectual power, right? And all of that. But I always say that amongst all this power, one of the ones that you can easily get, even if that's not easily, is a spiritual power. All right? That is in a place where you build yourself to know God very well as a man. You know God, you can hear God, you understand what God is saying, you know Bible. Do you understand? You don't misinterpret Bible. You don't use Bible to, you know how people will just use Bible to just want to, to endorse what they are doing. No, you know the scripture. You know God. You're a spiritual man. You're a sound man. That's some sort of power. Now, when you have all that sort of power, it gives you a little bit of boldness to reach out. Now, one of the things that spiritual power does for you is to help you discover you. Because as you find God, you find you. And once you find you, you become secured.
Very true.
And once you're a secured man, there's no woman you cannot touch. Yes. Once you have come to that place where you are secured, where you know that this is me, this is what God created me for, this is who I am. So I don't care what Daniel is doing. I don't bother because I know that this is me. For example, I can wake up one day and see Daniel on air, maybe interviewing people, and I'm like, wow. And I start going to look for how to interview people, that's not your area. That's not what you're called to do. That's not what. Do you understand? So you see those kind of guys that they're today they are this, tomorrow they are going here, next tomorrow. When you ladies meet yourself, they're looking at you like a confused person. This guy is confused. This guy is. So at that point, because you have not you've not settled your identity, you now have problems to boldly reach out to ladies. But when you've come to that, I always use this example of Joseph and his brothers. When Joseph had a dream, Joseph said, I saw the star, the moon and the sun, and 11 stars bowing to me. What is he trying to say? I saw 11 stars. In other words, you guys are stars. I saw 11. So they didn't see it like, me, I'm a star. They didn't see it that way. All they were seeing is like, hey, why should we bow to you? Who are you? They are fighting the guy. Meanwhile, God has said, see, let me tell you something there. Those boys, them ball. Now Joseph, now he suffer for them. They were in their father's house eating and drinking and so. And the guy went to prison. How many years in prison? Suffered. Finally. So in other words, even if you have to switch place, you don't take the place of Joseph, because at the end of the day, Joseph fulfilled his purpose and jackpot, and that was it. Judah was still the one that Jesus came through. All of them still had their own area where God was taking them to. Do you understand? So one of the things that give you boldness as a man is if you've discovered yourself, if you found out who you are and all that, it helps you become bold. Then I always tell men, I say, don't let any woman intimidate you. Well, they're just women. Don't let that the woman has reached the sky, top the roof, hit the roof, done everything. She's still
See this point. Don't let any woman because no. Of a truth, most men have been intimidated. It's connected to the first question. Like sometimes they judge by their look. This one get cow. I feel talking so.
You understand?
Stuffs like that.
Meanwhile, she's looking out for you to just come say hi. So don't let her intimidate you. If you see her and you know that this is the kind of woman I will want to marry, this is the kind of, and I qualify to marry her, go for her.
Now, a lot of things have been happening in society. A lot of things have been happening. Even though one even know. Things are happening now. Now, why I'm saying this is because, I grew up in the mainland. When I was young, there's this particular lady in question, though she was far, far older than me, Then I think she was approaching her 30s, okay? So I think at some point she was believing God for, to a partner, kind of, And as God could have it, because I think she came from a Christian background, yes. So as God could have it, she met with a guy, okay, who now later proposed to her. Okay, so they underwent their courtship for I think like a year, kind of, before they now got married. But something happened. Something happened. A day after the wedding, this guy was now begging this girl. The girl was like, what happened? Because they were about to start their honeymoon. And he was crying. He said, please, will you forgive me? And the girl was like, what is it now? Haba, if God can forgive a human, who am I? What is it? Open up. We can something we can share together. He now said that he's a victim of HIV. It's
So
the guy.
okay.
So like the girl was so shocked hearing that. I think she told her friend and people. So some people were like, Madam, run no. You understand? Mm-hmm. So people were like, don't allow him to touch you. Do you know what it means? Break up the marriage and all of it. Just a day after the wedding. I mean, if such kind of case comes to you, how do you address this? Like, what advice will you give that lady?
That guy was wrong not to have told her.
Yeah.
This is any situation that will affect both of you. You must tell. Now, you might not tell from the very, you don't meet someone today and say, oh, I have HIV, or I have children at home, or I have this, You give the person time to be your friend. The person gets to know you. The person gets to like you. Oh, I like the way she does this. I like that. So when you now notice that the relationship getting more serious, like, oh, this person wants to really marry me, or this person is about to go and see my parents or something, you can now say, come, see you. There's something you need to know. At that point, the person will decide whether he or she wants to go on with that relationship or not. So that guy was totally wrong. And anything that is founded on falsehood as both by law and by scriptures, it can be nullified. Even the law, if she goes back to court and says, see, I didn't know, this guy didn't tell me, the court will nullify the marriage. After all, it has not even been consummated. That's number one. So she has that stand to say, okay, I don't want to go ahead with this. I can break her. But because there's so much technology now, a lot of things can be done about that. So if she wants to go ahead with the marriage, there's a lot that can be medically done so that she will be exempted from having the disease, and also they can have children that will not have the disease. As bad, yes. Medically now, there's a lot of things that they can do. All right, so that even if both of them end up having it, they can say I've had cases like that where the guy or the girl says I'm HIV positive, and the person says I will still marry you, and they marry. Yes, and we have cases like that. So yeah, it's very, very possible, but she should be in the know. The person should be in the know. Now another place I'm going to fault her is, where did your church go? Normally, your church is supposed to make you bring the results. You're supposed to go through tests, medical tests. Yes. You go. That's one of the things that's one of the things that we have when we create foundations like premarital school, premarital counseling with your pastor, counseling. Do you understand? These are the kind of things they can protect you from. But a lot of people want to dodge, cut corner. I don't need church. I don't need to this. And you go behind back and you go and marry. Who do you blame? Because yes, you even bring your what do they call it? Genotype. You know this SS thing, this SS, you are SS, you are AS, your AS cannot marry AS. Church these days, now and time, my church, for example, will make you, what's your genotype? What's your own genotype? We want to be sure. Yes. If peradventure two of you are AS, you say you want to marry, is it that the church will say, sorry, we cannot wed you? Because both of you are AS. If anything happens tomorrow, you say, no, we will not wed you on that note. So is it that you believe God and let God change it for you now?
Before you get into the marriage.
Do you understand? Because the God that will change it tomorrow can change it today. So let God change it for you before two of you now join together. So if you all have this knowledge, the first thing, okay, as I'm getting into a relationship, the first thing I'm thinking is this guy, I'm AS, so for people who are AA, balling, they don't care. They can date anybody. But AS, guy, before your emotions go too far, are you AS? Yes, I mean, sorry, we can't marry. We can't.
Sorry for cutting you, man. Does it mean that maybe you meet with somebody that you actually like? The first thing to ask is this.
One of the things you should find out from day one is your genotype. Yes. Then when you're not getting to marry, subject yourself to all the disciplines your church will bring out. Especially the discipline of going for results, going for medical results. They could ask you for your HIV status. Now they do ask. So if they had gone through that route, I'm sure she wouldn't have been in that mess. Because they would have found out. And most of the time, they provide doctors who do it. They don't just say, go and get us your report, because anybody can bring any result. So they provide doctors who say, oh, yeah, go and meet this doctor, because they are sure. They will go take you through the test and they bring forth the results, and then you come and a lot of things are happening these days. So we have to be careful in as much as we are in love and all of that. My pastor will say love is good, but love is not everything. Apart from love, there are a lot of things that goes on, that goes into marriage, for marriage to work. Do you understand? So one of these is this. So this kind of thing, medically, they should have found out if this was going to work or not. So those are things you gain by going through the disciplines of your church. Do you understand? But if you have found yourself in this situation, you really like the guy, you don't want to leave him, you can go to the hospital and they will tell you what to do. There's a medical way out of it. They will show you what implications of what it means and all of that. And you guys will go through that process and all. But the guy is wrong. Very wrong. That's a huge, lie you kept from your spouse. No. At that point where she found out, she can break up and it will be heaven will endorse it, because it was built on falsehood. He didn't tell her.
According to his reason, he said he loved the girl so much, so he was scared that if he tells her that she will leave.
He still doesn't solve the problem.
Exactly. He was like, okay, they can believe in God. Nothing God cannot do.
Why didn't you believe in God before you got married? Why didn't you use that faith and before you got married? But it's true. So but if you are you really want to, you have fallen in love with the girl too is in love with you. Tell her. I've told you that we had cases where the guy said, the girl was one richer, and the guy said, I will marry you. Say, They went to church, yes. They went to hospital, you say, yeah, yes. They got married and they have children. The children don't have it. I think the guy got the HIV, but they are living with it because they take their retrovirus and all that. But the children do have, because they have a medical way of making sure the children does not have the disease. So it depends. If you truly are in love, love covers a multitude of sin, the Bible said. So, but tell the person before entering. All right. And then everybody shine your eye. I've had a case where the couple, after the guy was supposed to be, he told her, I have this, I'll be graduate of so and so. And the girl, by the time they wanted to jackpot, they said, yeah, guy, bring your result now so that we go take her and make things easy. He discovered that the guy did not go to school. Mm-hmm. You understand? So at that point, I was asking my husband, I said, does it mean that when you say somebody say, I'm a graduate, say, God, no verse, I'm a your certificate? Because I don't understand. Why would you lie to, why would you tell me you're a graduate when you are not? Why do you have to do that? Well, people do it this day. So everybody got to shine their eye. Oh, we met on the internet and he said it's this. He's not waiting in tell you. You don't check him. Is it true? Yes. Some people are even married. It's crazy. Some are even married. They have a family. They just want to create another family. So I don't know why. If that's what you want to do, tell the girl now. Say, this is what I want to do. If the girl okay, it's fine. But if you're dealing with an adult, tell the person that this is what I want to do. If the person says, okay, me, I want to. But if the person does not want, for God's sake, why carry somebody into such things? So there are lots of cases like that where so many hidden things. The person is hide, and these days they say we met in internet with this one, okay, let's go and marry. It's when they say love is blind, but marriage is an eye opener. You open your eye. By the time you get into marriage, you discover that it's not like that. Do you get? So it's better we all know the truth. Let's bring it all out and see this is what's going on. This is what's going on. And some people will go ahead with you. True. And that's when you even know that this person really, really loves me. And you can, well, not that you hide it. Once you hide it, it becomes falsehood. And at that point, the person can dissolve the marriage. Mm-hmm.
Guys, you've heard it all right. Please be open to your spouse, no matter what it is. If that person loves you, definitely the person will stay. That's one thing. Because while you are making justice on this, I'm just trying to see because these are a lot of things that have been happening. Yeah. Most people are trying to hide some of their weakness because they don't know how the other person.
Let me tell you a story. Let me just make you all laugh. There's this guy. He said he snores when he sleeps. He snores real bad. And then they were talking with the girl he wanted to marry, and the girl said, "I will never marry a guy that snores." So in his mind, like, yeah, hey, this girl said she don't go marry me. So somehow he wanted to keep it away from her. But he went to her house one day. And you know how you sit on the couch and then she went to make food for him. No, so as she, goes to make food. So while waiting for her, he sleeps off. And then he was snoring. And then she walks into the kitchen with the food in her hand. And she ate, she froze. She was standing and looking at him. He said he didn't know if it was up to 5 minutes or more. She was standing there and she was dazed, like, Jesus, this guy snores. So you know how somebody's piercing at you. So somehow he just woke up like, man, I don't feel sleep. I'm not supposed to sleep. So as he sits up, to put himself together. And lo and behold, she was standing and looking at him. He too, he froze in his mind. Oh yeah, now we're not going to again.
They don't catch me.
They don't catch it. They don't cast. So she drops the food and she sat down, and both of them were quiet. In his mind, should I eat this food or should I just carry my bag and be going? Of course, he ate the food. Of course, they married. They got married, and all of that. So sometimes those things that we think that but you can actually say it as a person, I will never marry this kind of person. Then you fall in love. That's why I said in the beginning that allow the person to like you. Allow the person to, once the person, then you now see that this person really serious, you cannot tell, say, oh, see you. The person, at that point, the love can cover.
Can cover,
Do you understand? So at that point, she was already in love with this guy. Is it because of snoring that I will not marry this guy that I like? She married, they're married, they're doing well. Do you understand? So it's just
Mama, thank you so much. It has been a wonderful time here having her. Like, there's so much that has been said, there's so much to pen down, there is so much to note. Yeah, there's so much correction that has been made to many stuff that we think is right. Sitting here, I have been able to unlearn some things, and I've relearned. So there's so much that has happened to me on today's section, and it's not going to be a time wasting for you listening to the full clip, but something that is very productive. So, Ma, we thank you so much for your time in the studio with us. We really appreciate, and we look forward having her more.
Yeah, definitely. Because this part of relationship is something that people really need to learn.
It's very broad.
I'm telling you, it's very broad. It's very broad. Are you getting it? So I feel time to time, there are some certain people that we need to bring in here that will give justice on some, because there are different angles to touch on relationship.
There's different angles.
Different angles. There are thousands of questions out there that people don't even know who to ask.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So platforms like this are opportunity for them to be able to learn and and know what to do next. Thank you so much, man.
So if you have been following us and you have a question to ask, you can put it on this comment section, and we are gonna do justice to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's still here with us, and we're still gonna have her more. So if you put your question down there, we're gonna read it through and give you the answer required for that. So you can also like and comment. Follow this particular channel. This is Orange Vibe, business and lifestyle all together. Thank you, everyone.